Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and welcome to this Hangout especially for Sage 50 accounting users. This week, 10 ways that Suntico supports you for business mobility. Firstly, an introduction. My name is Hugh Johnson. I'm the Senior Vice President of Business Development for Suntico. It doesn't feel like it. I have over a quarter of a century business experience with business software, and I feel like I'm still learning, but there you go. Listen, if you have any feedback for today, any questions, any complaints, any feedback whatsoever, please get in contact with me via LinkedIn, Google+, Twitter, or via my email address, which I'll give it at the end of the session. Equally, if you like what you hear, please feel free to share it with your colleagues and friends that you think might be interested. Thank you very much. So on to today's agenda, and very briefly what I want to do is give you a very quick recap into what Suntico is, because it is a very unique proposition, especially for Sage 50 accounting users. What Suntico does is it turns your Sage 50 accounting software from a tool that is used within the finance department into an online collaboration platform that's useful across the entire company. If you want more information, then you can go to our website and take a close look there and find out more details. Now back to today's subject. 10 ways that Suntico supports business mobility for Sage 50 accounting users. Well, the number one reason, of course, is that it provides access to your company information from any smartphone, tablet, network, or laptop, or any internet-enabled device. So let's just take a look at what I mean by that, and what I'll do is I'll go onto our website and I'll log into a demo account that we've got set up on the website. If you would like access to this demo account, please just come to our website and click on this Have a Try button and register for access to the demo account for yourself. What I'll do is I'll log in, and this is what you will see as you access Suntico from I'm just logging in on a conventional laptop. So here we have the Sage 50 US demo, and this is a demo account that is synchronized with a copy of Sage 50 US edition that's running in our office, actually some 5-6 miles away from here. And what you will see is it's pulled up all the information from Sage 50. It's presented in a slightly different way. I believe it's presented in a way that is perhaps more accessible to people that are not part of the finance team, which is the objective that we've got within the sim. Please just bear with the slow load here. It's just the Hangout on is actually killing the bandwidth as well, but don't worry about that. So we have access to the full accounts data, contacts, addresses, other information as well that is specific to Suntico, as well as the transaction information, both on the sales side and the purchase side of the business. So that's what you see when you access via a conventional laptop. Now, let's take a look at what that looks like, say, on an iPad, and it's actually just the same. It's all an internet-enabled application, and you can see exactly the same information if you log on via an iPad. Equally, you can go in and you could use a smaller device such as an iPhone and similar. Obviously, the screen real estate on an iPhone is smaller. I'll give you just show you an example of what happens there in a second. But here you can see the iPad view is much the same, and I'll flick through to an iPhone, and what we've got is exactly the same account list, but the number of columns displayed is less because the system recognizes this is coming onto a smaller screen, and we need to present less information. All the information is there if you want to drill down and actually see the detail in a drill down view. That's the number one reason why Suntico could help a Sage 50 accounting user. It's just remote access via any internet and device. Let's look at reason number two, which starts getting a little bit more subtle. Reason number 2 is powerful search. If you're out and about of the office, in fact, if you're anywhere, but if you're out and about, time is of the essence, and you don't want to be wading through screen after screen of information to find the information you're looking for. So what we provide with Suntico is a very, very simple and powerful search facility. Yesterday, for example, what I did was I created a purchase order for a vendor at request of one of the other users on the system. I can't remember the details, okay? I know it was a vendor called Contractor or something like that. So what I can do is I can just start typing in Contractor and see if the system recognizes anything. Ah, yes, it's got 2 vendor accounts. Well, I know it was a purchase order, so it's going to be one of those vendor accounts. And what I do is pull back the list of the vendor accounts containing the string CON or con. I see, actually, no, it wasn't Contractor something. It was Abney and Son Contractors. I remember now, okay. And I just wanted to review the purchase order transaction that we did with them yesterday. So I'll go, rather than open up the account detail, I'll go straight to this thing called the wall detail. Don't worry about what that means at the moment. We can go into that later on. As I drill down into the wall detail, this is like a timeline of notes that are posted to the account, rather like a timeline that you would have on Facebook or something like that. Except obviously this is for use internally within the company. And here I see it yesterday or 2 days ago. I got my days confused, and I have one of my colleagues, Calista Swenton, asked me to raise a purchase order. In fact, she created a task for me to raise a purchase order based on this quote, which I have referenced here, which I can download and open if I want to see. I can see actually that I approved the purchase order and raised it and confirmed that back to Calista. So I remember now the full details, and if I needed to or wanted to, I could drill down into straight into that information. So what we've seen is a very, very powerful search facility where I've gone from a vague notion of what I was looking for straight down into the detail. Reason number 3 is personalized bookmarks. Again, it's a very simple concept, but if I'm dealing with 200, or if I have 200 or 2,000 accounts on the system, then I might only be dealing with a handful of these. So what I will do is I can bookmark these. And again, if I look at this and I pull up the accounts list, what I will see, excuse the dog in the background, sorry about that. It just shows that it's a live broadcast. They say you should never have animals or children on anything live, but there you go. And I've pulled up my list of accounts. And what you see is these little black marks down the left-hand side of the screen. Those are bookmarks. And those are bookmarks that I've made. They're personal to me. And I can bookmark any record within the system: accounts, contacts, addresses, tasks, sales invoices, sales orders, purchase orders, and so on. I can bookmark what I want. But what it means is when I call up that list, those items that I bookmarked will always appear top of the list. So if I'm working with a handful of accounts, it doesn't matter what they begin with or what their balance is or what state they're in, the bookmarked items will always appear top of the list for me. Reason number 4 and reason number 5, touch to call, touch to email. This, I think it's fairly self-explanatory, but we'll just take a very quick look. If I pull up, say, a list of contacts, and I'm out and about, I've got my iPad with me, I've got my iPhone with me, and I just want to make a quick call. Again, my list of contacts, I've got my bookmarked contacts that come up to the top of the list, and Tammy, one of my favorite customers, Tammy is there, and if I want to make a phone call to her, all I need to do is touch on the phone number, and that up the dialer, and that would place the call on any modern smartphone or tablet. Equally, if I clicked on the email, that would open up the email client, and I'd be able to send an email off to Tammy, just like that. Very intuitive, very, very simple. So that's reason number 4 and 5. Reason number 6 is maps. Again, I'm out and about. I want to know where I'm going. Okay, it's very, very straightforward. So again, using the bookmark feature, what I've got is I've got a number of calls that I want to make today. Okay, around the Greater Georgia or Greater Atlanta area. Okay, so what I've done is in advance, rather like in the old days, you might have jotted down directions and all the rest. All I've done is I've bookmarked the addresses of the places that I'm going to. And if I want to remind myself of where this is, because I haven't been to this particular client before, all I need to do is just click on the map to view, and up would pop the map showing me, assuming I've got the address well entered within the system, up would pop Google Map, and if I've got directions, a direction facility, then I can also follow the directions. Just waiting for that to load. It's coming a little bit slow over the Hangout on Air connection, and I apologize for that. But I think you get the gist. And if I could turn off the microphone, the dog, I would, but never mind. So there we have the address for the client that I need to visit. So I'm just going to exit out of the maps view and go back. So that was reason number 6. We're flying through these. Reason number 7 is personalized lists. It's kind of similar in a way to bookmarks, but bookmarks are based on manually selecting what you want to bookmark. Personalized lists work in a different way. They're based on dynamic criteria that you set. So let's just take a quick look at that. And in my role in this pretend company, Bellwether Garden Supply, I have a keen interest in credit control. So what I've done is I've created a list which is personal to me, which is any sales account with a balance of greater than $10,000. Obviously in credit control this is of vital importance to me. So I can click on that and drill down, and I'm presented straight away with all accounts that meet this criteria. And I can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got five accounts that meet this criteria. And as different accounts meet or don't meet this criteria, they will move in and out of this list dynamically. Now, one of the really nice things is that I can actually follow the list, which means that any notes, any comments, any updates that are happening within any account that has a balance of more than $10,000, I'm aware of. So I know exactly what's going on within those accounts. And once those accounts come back into order, I no longer need to worry about them, and I'm no longer bombarded with information about them. It's all very, very easy. Reason number 8, of course, is we've been talking about lists and so on. Let's just drill down and take a look at transaction details, because of course that's the meat of the business, as it were. So again, I'm just trying to remember the name of a particular account, and I can't remember. It's something to do with pond. I think rings a bell. Okay, so let me see what I've got. I've got 2 sales accounts containing PO as the name. Let's have a look and see what we have here. Oh, and again, I don't know. My memory is obviously not working correctly because it wasn't pond something. It was Archer Scapes and Ponds. But the powerful search found that information for me. And I can drill down into the detail view of this account, just as I could with any account within the system. And what you will see is all the information that is pulled up relating to this account from Sage 50 Accounting. So you've got the details, the full details of the account, the credit limit, the account balance, contacts, addresses, and so on and so forth. Let's just take a look at sales orders just as one example. And we can drill down, we can see 2 sales orders, we can drill down to the details of a particular order. I can see that's quite a reasonable size order. It's not complete yet, it's still in process. So let's just see what's going on there. I can see there's a balance on the order, so it's been part shipped, the balance against the total, but not completely. And I can actually see on here all the back order items, which is very useful information if I'm going into a client meeting. So I've got the full transaction details there as well, out and about when I'm in the field. Now, the last 2 reasons, 9 and 10, is what I think is the cream on the cake. Is to be able to follow what's going on in the business and be able to let other people know what's going on in the business. So we'll just show you that very briefly. We've kind of seen some of this already, but we'll go back to what we call my wall. And this works, you know, a lot of people, if they want to follow what is happening with their friends, they follow them on Facebook. So in this example, you can follow what's going on my wall with my business. Okay, so this is a private view, as it were, of what's going on within the business. Any comments, any notes, any attachments relating to accounts that I follow or transactions that I follow, customers, vendors, orders, invoices, colleagues, is all posted here, or any events that people want to notify me about. Okay, so what I see here is just a dialogue there that I'd noted yesterday that Holland Properties was going to visit the office tomorrow. That was yesterday, so it was today. And in fact, that meeting has happened. Okay, so what I can do is I can just make a quick note. He was concerned, everything was good. He's very pleased with Callista, so I can make a quick note to my colleague Callista. Great meeting today with Holland Properties, and share that I could, if I wanted, I could say, or had, but was concerned about an invoice 102 is this particular invoice he was concerned about, which is an invoice, an outstanding invoice that was not paid, and I can just say please follow up. Okay, I can share that. Now that note has been posted to Callista. It's been posted against the account record and also against that invoice record. So anyone dealing with the account is in the full picture of what's going on. So there you have it. 10 reasons why Suntico supports business mobility for a company that uses Sage 50 Accounting. Remote access from any internet device. Very powerful search. Personalized marks. Touch to call, touch to email when you're out and about. Easy to find the location via maps. Personalized lists based on criteria that you set. Drill down into the full transaction details and be able to follow what's going on within your own timeline in the company and update the business while all the information is still fresh in your mind, and update your colleagues. So thank you very, very much for your attention. What I'd like to suggest is if you have any questions, please do get in touch via LinkedIn, Google+, Twitter, or via my email address, hugh.johnson@suntico.com. Don't forget, next week, 1st of May, we're having a sneak preview of Suntico Release 3, which contains a number of very, very interesting new developments. So don't miss us, 1300 Eastern, 1st of May, next Thursday. Thank you very much.